Okay, so in this video I want to talk about Freehands gloves and mittens. I have this brand new pair of gloves, actually brand new. I've only worn them once. I have this pair of gloves that I've been actually wearing today, and I have this pair of mittens that's about a year old. So I'm going to talk about all three of these. If you want to see just about the mittens, go to the time that you see on the screen right now. And if you want to see about these stretch gloves that are Freehands, go to the time on the screen right now and you can see that. Because first I'm going to talk about these and what prompted me to buy this pair of gloves, because I did a video a few years ago about, this is an older pair of Freehands gloves. Well, it's one glove. I did a video a couple years ago. I bought these back in 2011 and I really didn't think I needed to buy another pair. I mean, they show a little bit of wear and tear here, but they're still basically very good gloves. The only thing that prompted me to buy a new pair is because I lost one. I was getting ready to do a photo shoot just a few days ago was the shoot. So a few days before that, I was getting my gear together. It was going to be a photo shoot in the snow. So I definitely would need gloves and couldn't find the other glove. So I had to buy a new pair. So in this video, it's going to be a little bit interesting because I'm going to compare this newer pair to the older pair. So, and you'll see the model number of these, or whatever you want to call it, the product number across the screen right now. So not a whole lot of differences, but there are some differences. So this being the older glove, you can see it has a kind of a texture to it, which I always thought was cool. These don't have the texture, but that's not a big difference. This had a knit cuff, but the stretch has kind of wore out of the cuff. This, as you can see, is new. Now, one of the big differences, and probably could have saved me from losing the other glove, is I had lost the clip to this pair of gloves, the clip that holds them together. It was just kind of like a little double-sided thing. You could unhook the clip from either glove or hook the gloves together. With these new gloves, they have the new style, which you push, and it looks like the left glove has a zippered pocket on it, which would have been nice if they put that on both gloves, because you could put a hand warmer back there. They didn't do that. I guess it's just for putting money, memory cards, something like that. So obviously it's cold out here today. It's windy. Good day to do a glove video because it's about 20 degrees. And I may end up putting a pair of these gloves on before the video's over. But anyway, the texture on the palm looks to be about the same as what these used to have. But here's the one really nice thing that I thought was cool. Let me put this glove on. This is the left hand. And obviously these things open up. I mean, that's what everybody pretty much buys the Freehands gloves for. They open up. Now, the first thing that I noticed about these new gloves is that they open up, of course, but I noticed that, get it open here, it's a little stiff because it's new. There's like a liner there, so your finger's not exposed. I don't know what to think about it because I haven't used it enough yet. I want to say that that's a good idea because there's been many times where I've had these gloves opened up and just the tips of my fingers, or my finger and my thumb, are getting numb. But the only thing that I worry about is that, are you going to be able to grip stuff? Because that is the one good thing. Of course, trade-off is when your fingers are numb, you can't really grip anything. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I think it's, actually going to be a very good idea, but we'll see. And I noticed getting it back shut is not the easiest thing. Now, see, I pinched that flap with my fingers, but I don't know if I could pinch that flap with that. But either way, they seem to be a little harder to open and close than these. I mean, these are well wore in, but I remember when they were new, they opened right up. But you know, it's got a nice knit, like a, I don't know what you call that, like a binding or something around there. I mean, they look like they're very well made, just as good as these, if not better. So they feel a little thicker, of course, maybe because they're new, they feel thicker than this one. But anyway, that's just a close-up look, and on down the road I'll do another video about these and how well they hold up. I'm just kind of afraid, you know, I could be wrong, but I'm afraid that this material is not going to hold up as well as this material did, going through the brush. And you know, I do a lot of outdoor hiking and walking and stuff like that for photography, and these gloves have been with me since 2011. Anyway, let's move on to the mittens. I bought the mittens last year. I did a video about them while they were still actually brand new, and I didn't get a chance to use them, but now I have used them for the whole year, and I would like to say I absolutely love the mittens. There was many times when I could have taken the gloves, and I took the mittens last year. Now the mittens on both of them, they have a Velcro pocket. If I can get this open, I guess it'd be easier if I just did it this way. But they have a Velcro pocket. You can carry something. You could also put a hand warmer back there. You know, one of those little disposable hand warmers. But the feeling of the inside of these gloves, it's what I said in my first video, the feeling of the inside of them is just absolutely, it's like a sleeping bag. It's just so comfortable. But these open up and they flip back. Now these don't have the liner or anything, but they do have a nice, again, strong binding around there, so they're not going to rip and tear. Of course, they got dog hair on them. I really do like these, and these have a little bit different style cuff. There's not really any elastic in it, but you have these cinch straps that work really good for sealing out the cold weather. There's a little bit of elastic around this part of it, but nothing on the back. So, love the mittens. I love them so much. I bought a pair for my wife, and I of course keep my hood stored in there as well. But yeah, I love them. So I should say she loved them so much that I bought her a pair, because when they were new, I said, hey, try these on, feel the inside of these. And she did, and she loved them. And of course I had to go back and buy her a pair. Now, these, at the same time I bought the gloves the other day, I seen they had a pair of these for 10 bucks. And you know, they got the tip on them so that you can use your tablet, your iPad, your smartphone, that kind of stuff. And when I first got them, after I bought them, when I first took them out of the package, I didn't know if I would really like them or not. Now, I got a little frayed thread, and I never pull these threads off. What I do is I like to snip them with a pair of scissors. Anyway, they have like it's not real tacky actually. When I was trying to pull this piece of cardboard out to use as a mat here, you can see they kind of slide. So they do have some grip, but I really wouldn't call it grip. But as far as using this part on the screen of the smartphone, absolutely love that part. There are no pockets. They're just a basic pair of gloves. Actually, they had them listed as glove liners, so that you could use these like inside of a thicker pair of gloves. I don't know. I guess, yeah, in this old pair of gloves, I could use them. Makes them a little stiff and a little hard to move, but you're going to be very warm. You definitely would be very warm. I don't think I'd be able to use it in the new gloves, because these kind of already have a liner sticking out here. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, let's see if I can get these off. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Comes off. Let's see. Let's just try it out right here. and see how it works. Now, I buy larges, but my hand is kind of an odd size. I fall between extra large and large. And sometimes if I buy large gloves, they're too big. And if I buy, if I buy extra large gloves, they're too big. And if I buy large gloves, they're too small. These gloves that I bought and the mittens, everything is large. Yeah, but very stiff. Maybe when they break in, it would be okay. But I just like using them as gloves. I don't know how much I'll use them for like photography, but I've been using them just coming out, starting my truck in the morning. We've been having very cold mornings. So anyway, okay, so these are like a Polartec stretch material. I guess they had a Polartec tag that came with them, and they feel good. They feel warm for just light duty, and I would describe it as that, just as very light duty. I think these things will be fine. These are going to be your workhorse. Now, again, you go and you see the reviews, and I said this in my last video. Some people give these things horrible reviews because they said, well, it didn't keep my hands warm when it was like, 18 degrees or something like that. Cold is relative. Some people can deal with it more than others. If it was going to be super, super cold out, I don't think I would bring these. I would bring a pair of ski gloves or something like that. If it was super, super cold out, I probably wouldn't be doing photography, but that's me. That's not everybody else. Some people have a need to go out in the cold weather, but for moderately cold, I would say moderately to a little more than moderately cold, these things are great. If it's going to be super cold out, get the mittens. The mittens, you can put a hand warmer in them. These things will definitely keep you warm when it's really cold out. You got all your digits are together like that. And I've even, if I'm not using this finger for anything and I'm just sitting, I take it out and I put it over here with the rest of them. And I mean, I absolutely love these. Anyway, that's my video for Freehands here in 2020. And after I have these, maybe next year I'll come back after having them for a year and I'll do another video. Hey, if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and come back again.